The top stories tonight in Y News. As security analyst says, the Philippines has not promised China to remove the BRP Sierra Madre from the Ayungin Shoal. The Department of Environment and Natural Resources revealed that all Manila Bay reclamation projects are suspended pending a government review of the environmental and social impacts. The House of Representatives vows to approve the 2024 proposed national budget in 5 weeks. And a man who made several online threats to the United States president and officials was shot dead by the Federal Bureau of Investigation after raiding his home. Good evening, Philippines and the world. Today is Thursday, the 10th of August, 2023. Join us in the next hour as we deliver today's top stories around the Philippines and in other parts of the world. We are also seen in 1,935 satellite monitoring centers nationwide and via live streaming worldwide through the UNTV News and Rescue social media channels. I am William Theo. First in the news, the Philippines has not promised China to remove the BRP Sierra Madre from the Ayungin Shoal, according to security study expert Professor Romel Banlawi, who also worked in the government during the presidencies of Joseph Estrada and Gloria Arroyo. He was consulted on the said issue before, and it was clear that the Philippines had no commitment to remove the BRP Sierra Madre from the Ayungin Shoal. Banlawi said China misunderstood the response of the Philippines when they repeatedly sent a note verbal to the country requesting the removal of BRP Sierra Madre from Ayungin. According to Banlawi, the BRP Sierra Madre was deliberately placed in 1999 in the West Philippine Sea so that the Philippines would have a naval base in the location. Banlawi is pleased to hear the statement of President Ferdinand Marcos Jr., where he asserts the country has no intention of removing the ship from Ayungin Shoal.
Analysis, China interpreted our reply to their note verbals as a promise to remove. Kasi big, ang sagot natin sa note verbal ng China na we could not remove the ship because it is broken. Mga ganong klaseng dating. Tapos nung na-depose si Estrada, si Arroyo naman ang naging presidente, nag-note verbal na naman yung China asking us to remove the ship. Ang sagot naman natin, we could not remove the ship because we are still repairing it.
Environment Chief Secretary Maria Antonia Yulo Loizaga said that all 22 reclamation projects in Manila Bay are suspended. The statement came following President Ferdinand Marcos Jr.'s pronouncement that all but one reclamation project was suspended. Nel Maribuhok reports.
Department of Environment and Natural Resources Secretary Maria Antonia Yulo Loizaga divulged that all 22 reclamation projects in Manila Bay have been suspending pending a government review of the environmental and social impacts. The DENR chief said that upon clarification with the President, all projects are under review, meaning that all are suspended.
Actually po, upon clarification with the President, and as you will see on the suspension, all are under review.
The DENR said it has been conducting cumulative impact assessments on the reclamation projects to demonstrate their effects on Manila Bay. Asked how long these projects would be suspended, Secretary Loizaga said that it depends on the results of the cumulative impact assessment.
There is due process here, no? So they will be given, of course, with a period within which they may be able to correct. However, and the guidance as to what can be done or not done during that period, no? And if they do not comply, it's possible for, of course, the ECCs to be suspended.
The Environment Chief said the suspension took effect upon the President's declaration. Nel Maribuhok, UNTV News and Rescue. We serve the people, we give glory to God.
In other news, the Commission on Elections, or COMELEC, has issued updated guidelines on the prohibition on the release, disbursement, or expenditure of public funds for social welfare projects and public works. It is in connection with the October 30, 2023 Barangay and Sangguniang Kabataan elections, or BSKE. For social welfare projects of national, regional, provincial, or local government units, the period of prohibition is from September 15, 2023 to October 30, 2023. Meanwhile, for social welfare projects that will be implemented by the barangays, the period of prohibition is from October 20 to 30, 2023. Any candidate that would be proven or will violate the prohibition rules will be sanctioned, such as disqualification under the Omnibus Election Code. The Philippine Statistics Authority assured that the national IDs found in a garbage dump in Negros Occidental is an isolated case. Gladys Tuabi has the report.
Ari kami sa basurahan.
Ari naman din siya. Basurahan makitaan. Aw maklaim mga tuang national ID no.
Pinanghaboy. Kasi si Kuano
isa pa may wala makaklaim dia sa inyong national ID. I-claim na ninyo dres basurahan. Kanay daghan diri.
This video where national IDs were seen in a garage dump in Negros Occidental went viral. The said incident happened in Barangay Tiling Kawayan, Negros Occidental. The Philippine Statistics Authority or PSA said they are already investigating the incident and are currently coordinating with the barangay officials. The agency also coordinated with the Philippine Postal Corporation to address the issue and avoid the same thing from happening again. PSA assures that the said incident is an isolated case.
Our team from Negros Occidental, we call it City PSA, went there and we found 20 IDs. These are field IDs, and we were able to recover it. The barangay official, the barangay chair, is actually asking the police and the NBI to investigate because apparently this seems to be sort of infighting in the barangay hall. That's why the IDs were exposed.
The agency reiterated that privacy and security of the data of every registered person is their priority, as well as the strict protocols in the distribution of IDs. The IDs found were already recovered and delivered to the owners.
Yung mga letters lang ang nasira at we printed it and delivered it to the recipient. So this is actually an isolated case.
In the latest data of PSA, the agency has registered over 80 million Filipinos to the Philippine Identification System. Gladys Tuabi, UNTV News and Rescue. We serve the people, we give glory to God.
And for the news abroad, a man who made several online threats to the United States president and officials was shot dead by FBI after raiding his home. Marielle Latoza will give us the details live. Yes, good evening, Marielle.
Good evening, Gianna. After an arrest warrant was made for Craig Robertson, who publicly threatened U.S. President Joe Biden and other officials, FBI agents raided Craig Robertson's home in Utah on Wednesday. There he was shot dead. The statements made online by Robertson threatening President read that he was to dig out his old ghillie suit and M24 sniper rifle upon hearing that U.S. President Biden was making his way to Utah. Agents first looked at Robertson when he posted his threat against District Attorney Alvin Bragg, who is leading an investigation in ex-President Donald Trump on Truth Social, to which the company alerted the FBI. Another alarming statement Robertson posted entertained the idea of Utah becoming famous as the place where President Biden would have been taken down. Meanwhile, President Biden is set to continue his visit to Utah and plans on making a trip to fundraiser events and a veterans hospital. Back to you, Gianna.
Thank you, Marielle, for that live report. An island in Hawaii was devastated after wildfires fanned by winds of a distant hurricane forced thousands of locals to evacuate and even flee into the ocean for rescue. RK Lyorka will tell us why.
6 people were killed as of Wednesday afternoon, August 9, in the town of Lahaina, Maui Island of Hawaii, after wildfires that started Tuesday, combined with winds that is brought by the Hurricane Dora. Multiple neighborhoods were burned to the ground as officials reported. Roughly 271 structures, including historic churches in the western side of the island, were damaged and destroyed. According to the witnesses, the scene of the area was devastated like in a war zone. Firefighters, on the other hand, claim it's like an apocalypse comparable to previous serious wildfires that recently happened in Europe and in Western Canada. At least 20 people suffered serious burns and were airlifted to another island, while other 1,000 evacuees who have lost almost everything were catered in the nearest house shelters provided by the government. However, some locals who have reported jumping into the Pacific Ocean prompted the U.S. Coast Guard to rescue them successfully. Meanwhile, U.S. President Joe Biden already sent a message of condolences to the family of those who passed and praised the firefighters for their bravery and service while ordering all available federal assets on the islands to help with the response. RK Liorca, UNTV News and Rescue. We serve the people, we give glory to God.
We'll share more global stories with you later, but for now, back to you, William.
Thank you, Giona. For those watching our live streaming on YouTube, please click the subscribe button you see on your screen and ring the bell for notification. You may also follow us on Facebook. The House of Representatives vowed to approve the 2024 proposed national budget in 5 weeks, according to Speaker Martin Romualdez during the first session of the budget deliberation. JP Nunez will tell us why.
As the House of Representatives considers the proposed 2024 national budget as important part of legislation, House Speaker Martin Romualdez stated that the lower house will not take a break and actively participate in the deliberation of the 5.768 trillion peso national expenditure program for fiscal year 2024. This to ensure that the approved General Appropriations Bill will be submitted to the Senate in 5 weeks.
Sisiguruhin natin na may pasa natin ang 2024 General Appropriations Bill sa loob ng 5 linggo.
4 weeks will be used for the deliberation of the budget by House committees, while the remaining 1 week will be at the plenary hall. House Speaker Romualdez assured that they will scrutinize the proposed national budget.
Obligasyon po natin na tiyakin na bawat sentimong buwis na ibinayad ng ating mga kababayan ay magagamit ng tama at nararapat. Bawat sentimo nila may serbisyong kapalit mula sa gobyerno.
The lower house started the budget deliberation earlier today, August 10. During the interpellation, Solon asked the Development Budget Coordination Committee or DBCC why there is a cut to the proposed budget of the Department of Information and Communications Technology or DICT, even the administration's mandate is digitalization.
Budget of the DICT. We are in the digital age. Napakadaming kailangang interconnection sa ating computers, sa ating mga offices. Napansin po ng representasyong ito na ang DICT bumaba ang budget ng 1 bilyon na kung kailangan ina-advocate ng ating Pangulo na magkaroon tayo ng digitization. Ngayon pa, noon, nagreklamo na sila, maliit ang budget nila, pero ngayon bumaba yata ng 1 bilyon.
Department of Budget and Management Secretary Amina Pangandaman explained that the DICT has the lowest obligation rate starting from 2022. This means that they have not utilized the funds to the project or program it was intended to be spent. From 10 billion pesos in the General Appropriations Act for 2023, 1 billion pesos has been cut, decreasing it to 9 billion pesos.
What we learned is that some of the documents are missing. So they're having a hard time to pay the suppliers of the projects.
Also among the concerns raised is the increase of requests for Confidential and Intelligence Fund or CIF from government agencies.
under this current term lang na nagkaroon ng confidential funds ang DepEd. Tapos yung OVP din compared to the last term, ngayon lang din nagkaroon. Para bang pinapayagan ng DBM ang ganitong kalakaran sa iba't ibang mga ahensya? Question ko po, ano ang naitutulong ng confidential and intelligence funds sa paglago ng ating ekonomiya?
The confidential fund can be used for security, national security purposes po and safety.
For proposed 2024 national budget, more than 10 billion pesos will be appropriated to CIF across government agencies. Among the agencies to receive the budget will be the Office of the President, Office of the Vice President, Department of Education, Department of Agriculture, and Department of National Defense. JP Nunez, UNTV, News and Rescue. We serve the people, we give glory to God.
The Bureau of Immigration intercepted 3 foreign individuals at the Ninoy Aquino International Airport, and they were not allowed to enter the country. Dante Amento tells us why.
Vietnamese national Thi Dien allegedly tried to depart from the country through Ninoy Aquino International Airport or NAIA to Saigon, but she was intercepted by the personnel of the Bureau of Immigration or BI, and authorities discovered the subject is blacklisted in the country since 2019. Immigration Commissioner Norman Tansinko said it seems that she entered the country last July 18, 2023 without undergoing proper inspections. Hence, the BI chief ordered to investigate the said Vietnamese how she entered the country illegally before her deportation.
Nagtaka tayo bakit siya nakapasok. When we checked yung kanyang passport at sa system natin, wala siyang record na nakapasok siya ngayong taon kasi ang sabi niya, pumasok siya ngayong taon at pinakita pa yung boarding pass. However, wala sa ating system. Kasama po yan sa inimbestigahan natin. Siya po ay hindi natin pinaalis muna.
Meanwhile, 2 other foreign nationals, namely Gu Hui, a Chinese national, and Su Fashui, a Cambodian national, also intercepted by BI at NAIA. They are both wanted at the Interpol and with existing warrants of arrest.
Kita natin na may dumating na 2 mga dayuhan, sila ay nasa Interpol natin. Alam po ninyo pag ang isang dayuhan na swipe natin yung passport, connected po yung ating system sa Interpol at pag mag-trigger po yun, kaagad-agad po natin bine-verify kung sino siya at doon natin nalaman.
The 2 foreigners were denied to enter and immediately boarded on a flight out of the country. Dante Amento, UNTV, News and Rescue. We serve the people. We give glory to God.
In a significant move at the Amazon Summit in Brazil on Wednesday 12th, Rainforest Countries forged an alliance to issue a collective plea calling on developed nations to provide financial support. This is to aid the fight against climate change and the preservation of biodiversity. Mavi Delphine tells us why.
The collective statement, United for Our Forests, was jointly endorsed by nations that are custodians of crucial rainforests such as Amazon, including Bolivia, Brazil, Colombia, the Democratic Republic of Congo, Ecuador, Guyana, Indonesia, Peru, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Suriname, and Venezuela. Orchestrated by President Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva of Brazil, the summit aims to unify rainforest countries for upcoming international talks, including the COP28 Climate Summit, emphasizing the need for financial support for the communities dependent on these forests. In their collective proclamation, the 12 nations advocated for the financial mechanisms for forest services and highlights the disappointment with richer nations not fulfilling the promised $100 billion yearly climate financing to developing countries. Additionally, pressing for the commitment of $200 billion annually for biodiversity protection. Meanwhile, the alliance also criticized the utilization of purportedly environmentally motivated measures that serve as concealed trade restrictions, which referred to the European Union's recent legislation that bars the import of goods linked to deforestation. Marvy Delfin, UNTV News and Rescue. We serve the people, we give glory to God.
And those are the reasons behind the news in other parts of the globe. I am Gianna Pravado, live from London, United Kingdom. Good evening.
The revised K10 curriculum in basic education has been launched today by the Department of Education. Some subjects will be removed under the recalibrated curriculum. Bernadette Tinoy will tell us why.
The Department of Education, or DepEd, launched the Matatag K-12 curriculum earlier today, August 10. Vice President and Education Secretary Sara Duterte led the program that aims to improve the learning outcomes and success of Filipino students.
The new K-10 curriculum will integrate peace competencies, highlighting the promotion of nonviolent actions and the development of conflict resolution skills in our learners.
Duterte stated some of the challenges that the agency has faced with the implementation of the old curriculum.
One of the issues discovered was that the curriculum was overloaded with too many lessons or subjects. The curriculum required instructors to teach an excessive number of learning competencies with very limited time available for instruction. Both teachers and learners were overburdened with lessons and other school tasks and activities.
DepEd added that under the implementation of the Matatag curriculum, mother tongue as a subject will be removed.
Ang mother tongue as a medium of instruction, hindi po namin siya tinanggal dahil yan po ay nasa batas. Ang tinanggal lang po natin yung maliban sa mother tongue as a medium of instruction. Meron kasi tayong mother tongue as a subject para siyang Filipino, para siyang English subject. So yun po ang tinanggal natin dito sa ating Matatag curriculum.
The first phase implementation of the Matatag K-12 curriculum will be started in school year 2024 to 2025 in Kinder, Grade 1, Grade 4, and Grade 7. Bernadette Tinoy, UNTV News and Rescue. We serve the people, we give glory to God.
The Philippine National Police, or PNP, confirms that at least 102 new police recruits from former members of the Moro National Liberation Front, or MNLF, and the Moro Islamic Liberation Front, or MILF, took their oath as members of the Police Regional Office Bangsamoro Autonomous Region. PNP spokesperson Police Colonel Jean Fajardo said 103 applicants will undergo a one-year basic recruitment course and a 6-month field training program. Colonel Fajardo added that once they finish the training, they will be given a temporary appointment status in ProBar. The PNP also emphasized that they do not seek any risk in integrating MILF and MNLF inside the police force.
Pagkatapos po nilang manumpa kanina, ay ito-turn over na po sila sa Regional Training Center po ng Police Regional Office para mag-undergo po ng Police Basic Recruit. At after po ng 6 months na Police Basic Recruit, ay mag-undergo po sila ng field training program.
On May 2022, the PNP starts the special recruitment on the members of MNLF and MILF based on the Bangsamoro Organic Law. Meanwhile, the Department of Social Welfare and Development, or DSWD, distributes assistance to former members of extremist group in Sulu yesterday, August 9. The peace caravan was a joint effort of the DSWD, AFP, PNP, Provincial Local Government Unit of Sulu, Ministry of Social Services and Development of the Bangsamoro Autonomous Region in Muslim Mindanao, or BARM, and other government agencies. DSWD USEC Alan Tanhusay said that aside from financial assistance, the beneficiaries receive family food packs, hygiene kits, and sleeping kits. Tanhusay said that DSWD will also provide livelihood assistance to beneficiaries to help them recover. our kasangbahay, as the world faces these trying times amid the pandemic caused by coronavirus, we are inviting everyone to join the global prayer for humanity.
Good day. I'm Brother Eli Soriano of the members of the Church of God International. I want to invite you to join us in a minute of prayer every day to pray for humanity and the whole world as we go through these perilous times. While safety measures like washing of hands and strengthening of our immune systems may help us through this horrible predicament, there is still no precaution or cure more powerful than God's mighty intervention. And we need His intervention now more than ever. It doesn't matter what religion you are in or what denomination you belong. This is an invitation for all the people around the world who cares for the future of their family, friends, loved ones, and humanity as a whole. Everybody is welcome to pray with us. For more details, you can check out the description box below. Thank you very much, and I hope to hear from you soon. May God bless you.
And before we close, we will leave you with the word giving glory to God from the book of Proverbs chapter 27 verse 15. It says, "A continual dropping in a very rainy day and a contentious woman are alike." And those are the reasons behind the news August 10, 2023, reasons we deliver to you as they unfold. And because we need to know, we will always ask why. I am William Theo. We serve the people. We give glory to God.